Welcome back. It's still the special session with Pastor Matthew Ashimolowo, the convener of Christ Compassionate to the Rural World. And we're bringing a big crusade down to the city of Ibadan. Ibadan, this is love. So, sir, at this point, a lot of Nigerians have lost hope, even though the government of the day promised renewed hope. But many Nigerians are saying they are seeing renewed shaking. At this critical time that many have lost hope, what is your message to them at this time?
Well, my first message to Nigerians is that number one, never lose hope. Number two, there are those I see on social media who are mocking Nigerians and saying they're praying. Is prayer what we do? Prayer has its place. Many do not realize that there was a time when South Korea, it was terrible. It was so bad. South Korea was among the top 10 poorest nations on earth. What the churches did was climb the mountains and began to pray for a turnaround in the nation. And when God turned it around, at a point South Korea became number 5 or 6 in the economic table of the world. Churches exploded, people were blessed. A lot of the electronics we use, LG,
Comes from
a lot of the cars we drive come from the same nation that had been written up, and there was no other thing other than the fact that people went to pray. So that's the first one. You may think prayer is not necessary, but you see, the problem with Nigeria is that we need to recognize the pendulum. You know, in those days we used to have a song in Yoruba, Agogo Baba Mi Odara Upo, you know. So it has this pendulum. You see, the pendulum effect means that prayer, principles. Prayer, principles. Nigerians, many times again, we run to prayer. And there are no we leave the principles. We need the principle of learning diligence, the principle of building, the principle of honesty, the principle of looking at the nation and saying, what difference can I make? I've been shouting this thing, and I'll say it here. We drove from Lagos to Ibadan for this interview. 2 hours drive. There is not one 10-acre farm on
the
Lagos.
stretch of the road.
And it's luscious green of ordinary grass. And in the south we cry of hunger. The rice we will distribute is from the north. The beans we will distribute is from the north. The gari we are about to distribute is from Benue. It is an oxymoron, an anachronism, a contradiction that the most luscious soil place is being fed by the land of the savannah. It is, and you just need to listen to radio. You know, whenever I'm driving in Nigeria, I love to just let my driver leave the radio on. All you can see is the people calling in. We are hungry. What is the government doing? Like they bring the price of food down. Price of food cannot come down
When you're not producing it.
Then we go back to the government also. Empower the people. Number 3, change the way we did farming. I told you the name they call this building. Ile Awon Agbe, the house of the farmers. Well, you see, the way our fathers farmed in those days, I'm not an agric-economist, but the way our fathers farmed in those days cannot feed 220 million mouths. They farmed based on nature. Rainy season, dry season. No Western nation waits for rain. We need to change our farming system so that the government, or your state, Osun State, Ogun State, Lagos, they should empower farmers to have irrigation so that you can even plant corn 4 times.
4 times in a year.
And then you can plant yam 4 times. Then you have an overabundance, price will fall.
And you can also export.
Let me shock you, sir. Europe has too much food to the point that they have what is called food mountain. So the government buys the excess, of course, to create what we call Keynesian economics. The government buys the excess so that the price will remain stable. Every farm in Europe, you find 5,000, 10,000, the one who is planting just ordinary sorghum. His farm is 10,000 acres. So he overproduces. The government will not discourage him. They will buy the excess. and create food mountain. So during COVID, there was no hunger in Europe.
And here in Africa, that we have abundance of land, we have a very good vegetation.
Actually, the Food and Agric Organization of the world said that 60% of farmable land on earth now is in Africa. But it is, I mean, I just told you, Lagos to Ibadan.
Now, some even are of the opinion that Nigeria is cursed. Sir, is Nigeria cursed?
Nigeria is not cursed. Nigeria just has two problems: systemic and leadership. Systemic failure is the biggest, but many are not seeing it. All they are seeing is president, governor. But the system is broken. So even you have a fantastic world-class pilot in a broken plane,
It cannot fly.
Not only it cannot fly, if you fly,
He's going to die. That's an accident. That's a suicide mission.
So Nigeria, honestly, our governors are fantastic. I'm telling you, our governor here in Oyo State is a current engineer, chartered, registered engineer. Every state, Lagos State, he's a chartered surveyor. Nigeria, we love books, so our president is a chartered accountant, one-time director in Shell.
Yeah.
We have fantastic mind, but the system is broken. So instead of us fixing only the economy, let's fix
The system.
the system. And when I say system, you and I are part of the
The
problem.
system, of course.
As we're driving here, everybody drives as he likes. The system is broken. Even me, Pastor Matthew, I didn't know that in a 50-mile-per-hour space in England, I was doing 53. Only 3 on top of the 50. Camera captured me and sent my invoice to me.
Not even acknowledging if you're a pastor or not.
The camera does not know your gender, your position, your gender, your status. It sent invoice. If you don't pay, it is increasing. When the system is in place, there's no policeman you are seeing on the corner. The system is so broken that I'm going to make this statement. I'm 72, nobody can touch me. Till this second as I'm talking to you, if you import anything, customs will say our computers are down. How can the computers of customs be down? Brought in 3 containers of the equipment for our estate last year, and it took 4 months to clear. The engineers to set up the water show place came from Germany, sat down, went back. It cost us $45,000 for that journey. The system is broken. Nigeria is not cursed. I celebrate the president, but he doesn't have an easy job. We need to fix the system, and we need to fix the people.
Now that we have to fix the system, it does not take
Rocket science.
rocket science to fix the system.
Yeah.
But why are we having it difficult to fix? Many political analysts have suggested that ever since Nigeria defeated from the merit system, the country has descended to a new setting. Is merit system the cause?
Merit is a necessity. Truly, if people are chosen on the basis of the state they come from, the nation will continue to be challenged. But even within that, you can still find the best. If you need to get a governor from UB State, you can still get the best mind from UB. If you need a governor from Kano State, you can still get the best mind. But you cannot say we are one nation, and it takes 200 points to pass JAMB and 140 for Kano. That is not right. It's part of the broken system. So we need to fix all those systems. But the challenge is, anybody who now try to fix, oh, he hates the Yorubas, oh, he hates the Northerners, he's anti-Igbo. So we need to just realize that you cannot build a nation on sentiment. You need to fix a system, fix the system. Use the best person, the best mind. That's the reason why in a place like the United States of America, some of the finest technocrats, some of the best hands hired are Nigerians. If you withdraw Nigerian doctors from just the state of Texas alone, the health system will collapse. Because there are 3,000 medical doctors from UIO, Ife, who ended there, and they are now the best hands. So the system is a major issue. Fix the system will.
Fix the system, and the system will run. That is the word of advice from the convener of Christ Compassionate to the Rural World, person of Matthew Ashimolowo. We'll go on this break because there's still a lot more that Pastor wanted to tell us